Hello and welcome to another Raggy's Beers, Wines and Spirits review. This is the 400th review, and if you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe and do the little bell, because you'll keep up to date with all the reviews. But anyway, today's review, and I'm going to do this on every 50 and 100 review. I'm going to go back to one of the best beers available, because some beers need reviewing every so many months just to make sure they're still as good as they normally are. So this review is the Special Reserve King Goblin from Wychwood Brewery. 6.6% alcohol content, an extraordinary beer of exceptional quality. Gotta agree. This is, and although my taste buds aren't 100% today because I've got a bit of a cold that time of the year, this beer is one of those that, it deserves its place in my top 3 beers. Is it the top beer these days? Fuller's Vintage Ale comes very, very close. Golden Pride comes extremely close, but I still think this is the one. Not quite as strong as those two I've just mentioned. They're both quite strong beers, really. But yeah, fantastic beer. So, a good beer deserves a good review. So, only ever brewed under a full lunar moon, with crystal malts and sovereign hops for a rich, smooth, sublimy, satisfying taste of pure beer indulgence. And when this first came out, I remember when it came out so many years ago. First time I'd seen it, anyway. And I had a beer, and straight away, absolutely top notch. For some reason, I've lost the review. I was there. So, let's do the honours. I'm multitasking. I'm looking at the reviews on the internet at exactly the same time. Ooh. So even though I'm pouring it sideways to not get a head, straight away it's delivering a decent head. So, we'll call that ruby in colour. Got good carbonation through the centre, good lacing around the edge. Just a tinge off white head. Malty aroma and whatever else is in the aroma. Beautiful. Let me just wet the whistle. And it's really strange, because up until I reviewed Goblin and started reading other reviews, I never knew that Goblin tasted a banana. And I've just tasted this, and yeah, banana. Weird, isn't it? So, from Beer Advocate, another one of the great aggregated beer review website. You take all reviews with a pinch of salt, because obviously anybody else's taste buds and yours and mine, we're all very different. But if you see something like this is quality. And if you like Goblin and you like those sort of beers, you're going to love this. So, it's got a rating of 3.79 out of 5. Bearing in mind, that's on an internet website where you can get a lot of people who put very low reviews and some that put very high reviews. So to get that's a fantastic rating, classed as very good, and that's from 480 ratings, made by Wychwood. but owned by Marston's. Marston's own Wychwood. So, I look for a decent review here. 3.92 out of 5. Pours a clear, deep mahogany coloration with a medium creamy head. Smells of toasted, bready, caramel malt and herbal spicy hops with a hint of dark fruit. Taste follows the nose, being dominated by toasted, grainy caramel malt and herbal, almost spicy hops with notes of toffee, light chocolate and dark fruit. Figs, dates, finishes with a medium bitterness and some dark fruits lingering in the aftertaste. Smooth mouthfeel with a medium body and carbonation. This has a great balance of hops and malts as well as sweet and bitter notes going for it, with a light estery fruit and spice notes that almost bring to mind a Belgian Dubel. An interesting and somewhat complex brew that is rather enjoyable. Can't say any other than that. Fantastic review, actually. So this is a 3.99 out of 5 review. Looks deep chestnut brown, clear. So yeah, I've obviously got the colour a little bit wrong. Clear, pours with a fat 2 centimetre off-white head. Exactly. Smell, is that smell? Somewhat sour on the front, then smoky, toasty caramels. Taste, rough. Complex at the start and middle, then zing, the goods get magically delivered 5 seconds in when everything comes together. Same happens on the second mouthful. A rich and very deep ale. Overall, quite the dazzler from the beer to the Goblin on the jazzy label for a real ale, with the glint in his eye. So, why do all the... okay. It is the pinnacle of reviews. Obviously, you know, we all review as we want to, but this bloke's gave it a 5 out of 5. I was about to forsake all beers after 2 years beer spree when I tasted this beer. It was an epiphany. After each sip, I would say to myself, what a good beer. I beseech the universe to have the people that make beers like that to make this life worth living. I tasted this beer on the winter solstice while I was very down after drinking a lot, and one sip should be, transformed my mood from depression into ecstasy. I don't care what anybody else says, this is the best beer in this part of the universe. To satisfy the box, looks average, smell divine, taste ecstatic feel, cold, velvety, overall life-saving. That's one way of doing it, isn't it? You know, just pour the rest in, so it's still retaining a nice head. And there we are. It's back to a centimetre head again. That was a totally different mouthfeel, a taste coming through to the one earlier. Lots of caramel malts and stuff that even I don't know what it is, but I know one thing, it tastes blooming good. Oh, it's been a while, but yeah, the king has returned. I've got to say that, you know, over 400 beers now, that I've 400 reviews I've done. We reviewed a couple in that time, so at least 386 different reviews, and it's 6.6%. This is, and I'll tell you now, it tastes more like an 8%. It's an absolutely bloody banging beer. If they ever make an Imperial King Goblin, like not just a King Goblin, like a, you know, a superhero Goblin. Wow! Imagine a 10% version of this with what they put into this. You know, So it's not bottle conditioned. So our friends at Camera, they've got this thing about bottle conditioned beers. But when beers taste this good, you don't need bottle conditioning. You know. Wow. It's taken me a long time to drink it. I mean, we're already at 10 minutes. And the taste is beautiful. Everything I've already described is coming through. A lovely rich dark malts, caramel. There's flavours in there that I can't even pinpoint. And I've got a cold. Taste buds aren't 100%, but this tastes absolutely plumbing brilliant. And I'm already assured that this is still the #1 beer for me, even at 6.6%. And I'm a person who likes the stronger beers. I love anything over a certain percentage. And although I was disappointed with certain beers recently, but this, you know, we're talking godlike quality. If they ever bring it out in a keg, 9 pints for something like 12 quid, 15 quid, whatever, you'd have to buy it, wouldn't you? You know, you'd be silly not to. And if someone could make a King Goblin beer kit, oh. If anybody from Wychwood or Marston's watches this, please bring out beer kits of your varieties. Because homebrewers, I'm telling you now, we would want to brew, you know, something that's similar to what you've got there. It might not be perfectly the same, but if St. Peter's can do it, you can do it. Oh. So, that was outstanding. I thought that after all these reviews and trying to pick fault with beers, trying to praise beers, that King Goblin might not rise to the occasion. But I've got to say, it's rose brilliantly. You know, it was my favourite beer at the start of this review process, and it's certainly still #1 now. So on a day when I've got a cold, you know, I'm not feeling 100% great, taste buds aren't right, you know, I can tell they aren't right. That has battered its way through the taste buds. It's delivered perfect flavour, good strength, good on the nose, great. The taste is something unbelievable. You know, there's taste in there that I can't pinpoint. I've not got the knowledge so far. You know, even though, you know, some people have got a palate. Some people can bring out the tastes and of what's there, and you know, it's amazing what people can taste. I haven't got quite that ability. I can taste certain things, but as I'm tasting it, the taste was changing, you know. But what I will say is that King Goblin is the king of beers. For a 6.6% beer, that's not you know, it's strong, but it's not massively strong. But it's in that, I reckon it's in that sweet zone, where it's got damn good strength, but not before it gets too much strength. It's back at #1. My review score for this is a whopping 4.8. #1, the king. And yeah, whew, fantastic. Wish I had another bloody bottle though. Thanks for watching. See you soon.